Do you often find yourself trying to achieve those perfectly straight hems on all of your sewing projects? Well, today we're going to talk about my favorite way to mark a hem so that it comes out nice and even. Hi, I'm Christina, and I love to digitally apparel pattern, creating unique pieces of wearable art. And today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite tools, especially when I'm finishing garments, to help me get those perfectly even hems. If you enjoy videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can see other tips and tricks for sewing, as well as digitally apparel patterning, unique sewing patterns. We go into Adobe Illustrator and Clo. It's a whole bunch of fun, and I hope to see you in some of my other videos. But before we get there, we're going to pull out my little chalk puffer. I absolutely love this tool when I am marking hems. Specifically, I love it for circle skirts. We're going to kind of just go into the circle skirt era because as you need perfectly even hems on everything, circle skirts I always find sometimes are the hardest to get that even hem. And part of that reason is because of the bias stretch that happens. So when you're hemming a circle skirt, specifically, you actually want to create the circle skirt and then hang it up in your closet or hang it on your dress form for at least 24 hours, if not longer. That way, all that bias stretch will actually stretch itself out and it will stop growing. Have you ever had a project that you hemmed once perfectly even, and then a few days later you noticed that the hem was completely uneven? It wasn't done growing. And I've definitely had that problem myself. If you've had, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. But back to my little friend here, my little chalk puffer. It has a little chalk well, I guess is what you can say right here, with a long cord that has very much like a doctor puffer. Let me put my hand up so I don't puff onto anything but my hand. Actually, can I get it to puff? But yeah, you can't see that. We'll move over to the form. So as you can see, you can actually move this puffer tank and well, up and down to whatever height you desire. And then as you spin your garment around, you can actually puff out as many places as you want. On circle skirts, I would actually be puffing out much more often than I am currently puffing out. But on maybe an A-line or something that won't have so much of a stretch, you don't need to puff quite as often. But I love this because it is super fast to get that super straight line, and then you can either cut it off there, or if you need to add your seam allowance in, it just depends on how you calculate that into your thinking. They say with this tool, you can mark from anywhere from 4 inches off the floor to about 29 inches off the floor. That is also always kind of up for your opinion, because if you're wanting it to go shorter, or if you need your skirt to go shorter, so you're measuring up higher than the 29 inches, you can always set this on a box or something of the like to give it a little bit more lift to get you up to where you need it to be. I have done that on multiple occasions. You just want to make sure that you have a very stable box and you're using the same box all the way around so they move together. That is 2 things that you want to make sure of. I also particularly like this design because of the wide base. It does have a very stable feel to it due to the fact that it has the 3 prongs jutting out on every side. Just note that if you are putting it on a box and not all of the legs will hit each side of the box, that you just need to be extra aware that it's then becoming less stable. But for the most part, I find this is a very handy, stable thing. You can use this on yourself. However, it is more difficult because you have to make sure that you are standing perfectly up, straight up, not looking down at it. Because if you look down at your project while you're trying to hem it, you're actually changing where your body is standing. So you want to make sure you're standing normal and natural, and that you just have the puffer and you're puffing it in your hand nice and low while you turn all the way around. This will help make sure that you have it all marked. I always try to get a friend or a buddy. My husband has gotten pulled into marking hems for me on multiple occasions. If you are looking to get your hems much straighter with an easier way of marking it, definitely grab one of these chalk puffer hems. They are irreplaceable when you're marking hems and you want them to be fast and even. It is so quick to do, and I think the lines turn out very clear. Now, there are sometimes different colors of chalk that you can use, and depending on what your fabric is, sometimes the chalk does not show up as well. But there are multiple different colors of chalk that you are able to use. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can see other fun sewing tips and tricks and tools that are used. And I look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. Happy patterning!